Day 13. Surah 12, Yusuf, Joseph, verse 53, through Surah 14, Abraham, verse 52. Part 8. And I call not myself sinless. Surely man's self is wont to command evil, except those on whom my Lord has mercy. Surely my Lord is forgiving, merciful. And the king said, Bring him to me. I will choose him for myself. So when he talked with him, he said, Surely thou art in our presence today, dignified, trusted. He said, Place me in authority over the treasures of the land. Surely I am a good keeper, knowing well. And thus did we give to Joseph power in the land. He had mastery in it, wherever he liked. We bestow our mercy on whom we please, and we waste not the reward of the doers of good. And certainly the reward of the hereafter is better for those who believe and guard against evil. Section 8. Joseph helps his brothers. And Joseph's brethren came and went in to him, and he knew them, while they recognized him not. And when he furnished them with their provision, he said, Bring to me a brother of yours from your father. See you not that I give full measure, and that I am the best of hosts? But if you bring him not to me, you shall have no measure of corn from me, nor shall you come near me. They said, We shall strive to make his father yield about him, and we are sure to do it. And he said to his servants, Put their money into their bags, that they may recognize it when they go back to their family, so that they may come back. So when they returned to their father, they said, Oh, our father, the measure is withheld from us. So send with us our brother, that we may get the measure, and we will surely guard him. He said, Can I trust you with him, except as I trusted you with his brother before? So Allah is the best keeper, and he is the most merciful of those who show mercy. And when they opened their goods, they found their money returned to them. They said, O our father, what more can we desire? This is our property returned to us, and we shall bring corn for our family and guard our brother, and have in addition the measure of a camel load. This is an easy measure. He said, I will by no means send him with you, until you give me a firm covenant in Allah's name that you will bring him back to me, unless you are completely surrounded. And when they gave him their covenant, he said, Allah is guardian over what we say. And he said, O my sons, enter not by one gate, but enter by different gates. And I can avail you not against Allah. Judgment is only Allah's. On him I rely, and on him let the reliant rely. And when they entered as their father had bidden them, it availed them not against Allah, but it was only a desire in the soul of Jacob, which he satisfied. And surely he was possessed of knowledge, because we had given them knowledge. But most know not. Section 9. The youngest brother. And when they went into Joseph, he lodged his brother with himself, saying, I am thy brother, so grieve not at what they do. Then would he furnish them with their provision, someone placed the drinking cup in his brother's bag. Then a crier cried out, O caravan, you are surely thieves. They said when they turned towards them, What is it that you miss? They said, We missed the king's drinking cup, and he who brings it shall have a camel load, and I am responsible for it. They said, By Allah, you know for certain that we have not come to make mischief in the land, and we are not thieves. They said, But what is the penalty for this, if you're liars? They said, The penalty for this, the person in whose bag it is found, he himself is penalty for it. Thus do we punish the wrongdoers. So he began with their sacks before the sack of his brother. Then he brought it out from his brother's sack. Thus did we explain for the sake of Joseph. He could not take his brother under the king's law, unless Allah please. We raise in degree whom we please, and above every one possessed of knowledge is the all-knowing one. They said, If he steal, a brother of his did indeed steal before. But Joseph kept it secret in his soul, and disclosed it not to them. He said, You are in an evil condition, and Allah knows best what you state. They said, O chief, he has a father, a very old man. So take one of us in his place. Surely we see thee to be of the doers of good. He said, Allah forbid that we should seize other than him who we found our property, for then surely we should be unjust. Joseph discloses his identity. So when they despaired of him, they conferred together privately. The eldest of them said, "Know you not that your father took from you a covenant in Allah's name, and know you fell short of your duty about Joseph before. So I shall not leave this land until my father permits me, or Allah decides for me, and he is the best of the judges. Go back to your father and say, O our father, thy son committed theft, and we bear witness only to what we know, and we could not keep watch over the unseen. And ask the town where we were, and the caravan which we preceded, and surely we are truthful." He said, "Nay, your souls have contrived an affair for you, so patience is good. Maybe Allah will bring them together to me. Surely he is the knowing, the wise." And he turned away from them and said, "Oh, my sorrow for Joseph." And his eyes were filled with tears on account of the grief. Then he repressed grief. They said, "By Allah, thou wilt not increase remembering Joseph till thou art a prey to disease, or thou art of those who perish." He said, "I complain of my grief and sorrow only to Allah, and I know from Allah what you know not. O my sons, go and inquire about Joseph and his brother, and despair not of Allah's mercy. Surely none despairs of Allah's mercy, except the disbelieving people." So when they came to him, they said, O chief, distress his afflicted us and our family, and we have brought scanty money. So please give us measure and be charitable to us. Surely Allah rewards the charitable. He said, "Do you know how you treated Joseph and his brother when you were ignorant?" They said, "Art thou indeed Joseph?" He said, "I am Joseph, and this is my brother. Allah has indeed been gracious to us. Surely he who keeps his duty and is patient, Allah never wastes the reward of good doers of good." They said, "By Allah, Allah has indeed chosen thee over us, and we were certainly sinners." He said, "No reproof be against you this day. Allah may forgive you, and he is the most merciful of those who show mercy. Take this my shirt and cast it before my father's face. He will come to know, and come to me with all your family." And when the caravan left Egypt, their father said, "Surely I sent the power of Joseph, if you call me not a dotard." They said, "By Allah, thou art surely in thy old error." And then the bearer of good news came. He cast it before his face, so he became certain. He said, "Did I not say to you that I know from Allah what you know not?" They said, "O our father, ask forgiveness in our sins for us. Surely we are sinners." He said, "I shall ask forgiveness for you of my Lord. Surely he is the forgiving and the merciful." Then when they went in to Joseph, he lodged his parents with himself and said, "Enter Egypt in safety, if Allah please." And he raised his parents on the throne, and they fell prostrate for his sake. And he said, "O my father, this is the significance of my vision of old. My Lord has made it true, and he was indeed kind to me when he brought me forth from the prison and brought you from the desert, after the devil has sown dissensions between me and my brethren. Surely my Lord is benignant, to whom he pleases. Truly he is knowing and the wise. My Lord, thou hast given me the kingdom and taught me of interpretation of sayings, originator of the heaven and the earth. Thou art my friend in this world and the hereafter. Make me die in submission and join me with the righteous." This is of the announcements related to the unseen, which we revealed to thee, and thou wast not with them when they resolved upon their affair. And they were devising plans, and most men believe not. Though thou desirest it eagerly, and thou askest no reward for it, it is nothing but a reminder for all mankind, a lesson for the prophet's opponents. And how many a sign in the heavens and earth do they pass by? Yet they turn away from it, and most of them believe not in Allah without associating others with him. Do they then feel secure from the coming to them of an all-encompassing chastisement from Allah, or from the coming to them of the hour suddenly while they perceive not? Say, "This is my way. I call to Allah with certain knowledge, and I those who follow me. And glory be to Allah, and I am not the polytheists of the polytheists. And we sent not before thee any men from the people of the towns to whom we sent revelation. Have they not then traveled into the land and seen what was the end of those before them? And certainly the abode of the hereafter is best for those who keep their duty. Do you not then understand? Until when the messengers despaired and the people thought that they were told a lie, our help came with them, and whom we pleased was delivered, and our punishment is not averted from the guilty people. In their histories, there is certainly a lesson for men of understanding, and it is not a narrative which could be forged, but a verification what is before it, and a distinct explanation of all things, and a guide and a mercy to all people who believe. Surah 13, the Rod, the thunder. Truth of revelation. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I, Allah, am the best knower, the seer. These are verses of the book. And those which is revealed to thee from thy Lord is the truth. But most people believe not. Allah is He who raises the heavens without any pillars that you can see. And He is established on the throne of power. And He made the sun and the moon subservient to you. Each one runs to an appointed term. He regulates the affair, making clear the messages, that you may be certain of the meeting with your Lord. And He it is who spread the earth and made in it from mountains and rivers, and all the fruits He has made in it pears, 2 of every kind. He makes the night cover the day. Surely there are signs in this for people who reflect. And in the earth are tracks side by side, and gardens of vines and corn and palm trees growing from one root to distinct roots. They are watered with one water, and we make some of them to excel others in fruit. Surely there are signs in this for people who understand. And if thou wonderest, then wonders is their saying. When we are dust, shall we then be raised in a new creation? These are they who disbelieve in their Lord, and these have chains on their necks, and they are the companions of the fire. In it they will abide. And they ask thee to hasten on the evil before the good, and indeed there have been exemplary punishments before them. And surely thy Lord is full of forgiveness for mankind, notwithstanding their iniquity. And surely thy Lord is severe in requiting. And those who disbelieve say, why has not a sign been sent down to him from his Lord? Thou art only a warner, and for every people a guide. Fall and rise of nations. Allah knows that what every female bears, and that of which the wombs fall short of completion, and that which they grow, and everything which Him has a measure. The knower and the unseen and the seen, the great, the most high. Alike to Him among you is He who conceals the word, and He who speaks openly, and He who hides Himself by night, who goes forth by day. For Him are angels, guarding the consequences of His deeds, before Him and behind Him, who guard Him by Allah's command. Surely Allah changes not the condition of people until they change their own condition. And when Allah intends evil to a people, there is no averting it. And besides Him, they have no protector. He it is who shows you the lightning, causing fear and hope, who brings up the heavy cloud, and the thunder celebrates His plays, and the angel to whom all of Him. And He sends the thunderbolts and smites with them whom He pleases, yet they dispute concerning Allah, and He is mighty in prowess. To Him is due the true prayer, and those to Him they pray besides Him give them no answer. But they are like one who stretches forth his 2 hands towards water, that it may reach his mouth, but it will not reach it. And the power of the disbelievers is only wasted. The prayer of the disbelievers is only wasted. And whoever is in the heavens and the earth makes obedience to Allah only willingly and unwillingly, and their shadows too are morn and eve. Say, who is the Lord of the heavens and the earth? Say, Allah. Say, do you then take besides Him guardians who control no benefit or harm even for themselves? Say, are the blind and the seeing alike, or the darkness and the light equal? Or have they set up with Allah's associates who have creation like his, so that what is created became confused to them. Say Allah is the creator of all things, and he is the one, the supreme. He sends down water from the clouds, then watercourses flow according to their measure, and the torrent bears along the swelling foam, and from that which they melt into the fire for the sake of making ornaments of apparatus arises a scum like it. Thus does Allah compare truth and falsehood. Then as for the scum, it passes away as the worthless thing, and for that which does good to men, it tarries in the earth. That does Allah set forth parables. For those who respond to their Lord is good, and for those who respond not to him, even if they had all that it is in the earth, and the like thereof with it, they would certainly offer it for a ransom. As for those, theirs is an evil reckoning, and their abode is hell, and evil is the resting place. Good and evil bring their own reward. Is he who knows that what is revealed to thee from thy is the truth like him who is blind? Only men of understanding mind. Those who fulfill the pact of Allah and break not the covenant, and those who join that which Allah has bidden to be joined, and have awe of their Lord and fear the evil reckoning, and those who are steadfast, seeking the pleasure of their Lord and keeping up prayer, and spend of that which they have given them, which we have given them, secretly and openly, and repel evil with good, for such is the happy issue of the abode. Gardens of perpetuity, which they will enter along with those who do good from among their fathers and their spouses, and their offspring, and the angels will enter in upon them from every gate. Peace be unto you, because you were constant. How excellent is then the final abode. And those who break the covenant of Allah after its confirmation, and cut asunder that which Allah has ordered to be joined, and make mischief in the land, for them is the curse, and theirs is the evil end of the abode. Allah amplifies and straightens provision for whom he pleases, and they rejoice in this world's life, and this world's life compared with the hereafter is only a temporary enjoyment, revolution to be brought about by Quran. And those who disbelieve say, why is not a sign sent down to him by his Lord? Say Allah leads in error whom he pleases, and guides to himself those who turn to him. Those who believe, and those whose hearts find rest in the remembrance of Allah. Now surely in Allah's remembrance do hearts find rest. Those who believe and do good, a good final state is theirs, and a godly return. Thus we have sent thee among a nation before which other nations have passed away, that thou mightest recite to them what we have revealed to thee, and still that they deny the beneficent. Say, he is my Lord. There is no God but thee. In him do I trust, and him is my return. And if there could be a Quran with which the mountains were made to pass away, or the earth were cloven asunder, or the dead were made to speak, nay, the commandment is wholly Allah's. Do not those who believe know that. If Allah please, he would certainly guide all the people. And as for those who disbelieve, disaster will not cease to afflict them because of what they do, or it will alight close to their abodes, until the promise of Allah comes to pass. Surely Allah will not fail in his promise. Opposition will fail. And messengers before thee were certainly mocked, but I gave respite to those who disbelieved. Then I seized them. How awful was then my requital. Is then he who watches who every soul as to what it earns, and yet they ascribe partners to Allah? Say, name them. Would you inform him of that which he knows not in the earth, or of an outward saying? Rather their plan is made fair seeming to those who disbelieve, and they are kept back from the path. And those whom Allah leads in error, he has no guide. For them is chastisement in this world's life, and the chastisement of the hereafter is certainly more grievous, and they have no protector against Allah. A parable of the garden which is promised to those who keep their duty. Therein flows rivers. Its fruits are perpetual and its plenty. Such is the end for those who keep their duty, and the end for the disbelievers is the fire. And those to whom we have given the book rejoice in that which has been revealed to thee. And of the confederates are some who deny a part of it. Say, I am commanded only to serve Allah and not associate anything with him. To him do I invite you, and to him is my return. And thus we have revealed it, a true judgment in Arabic. And if thou have followed their low desires after that which has come to thee of knowledge, thou wouldst have against Allah no guardian and nor protector. Steady progress of truth. And certainly we sent messengers before thee and appointed for them wives and children. And it is not in the power of a messenger to bring a sign except by Allah's permission. And every term there is an appointment. For every term there is an appointment. Allah effaces what he pleases and establishes what he pleases. And with him is the basis of the book. Whether we let thee see part of that which we promised them, or cause thee to die, thine is but the delivery of the message, and ours to call them to account. See they not that we are visiting the land, curtailing it of its sides. And Allah pronounces a doom. There is no repeller of his decree, and he is swift in calling to account. And those before them planned indeed, but all planning is Allah's. He knows what every soul earns, and the disbelievers will come to know for whom is the good end of the abode. And those who disbelieve say, Thou art not a messenger. Say, Allah is sufficient for a witness between me and you, and whoever has knowledge of the book. Surah 14, Abraham. Revelation dispels darkness. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I, Allah, am the Seer, a book which we have revealed to thee, that thou mayest bring forth men by their Lord's permission from darkness into light, to the way of the Almighty, the Praised One. O Allah, whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, and woe to the disbelievers for the severe chastisement. Those who love this world live more than the hereafter. Those who love this world's life more than the hereafter, and turn away from Allah's path and would have it crooked, those are far astray. And we sent no messenger but with the language of his people, so that he might explain to them clearly. Then Allah leads in error who he pleases, and he guides who he pleases, and he is the mighty and the wise. And certainly we sent Moses with our messages, saying, Bring forth thy people from darkness into light, and remind them of the days of Allah. Bring forth thy people from darkness into light, and remind them of the days of Allah. In this are surely signs for every steadfast, grateful one. And when Moses said to his people, Call to mind Allah's favor to you, when he delivered you from Pharaoh's people, who subjected you to severe torment, and slew your sons and spared your women, and therein was a great trial from your Lord. Trust is rejected first. Truth is rejected first. And when your Lord made it known, if you are grateful, I will give you more, and if you are ungrateful, my chastisement is truly severe. And Moses said, If you are ungrateful, you and all those on the earth, then Allah is surely self-sufficient, praised. He has not the account reached you of those before you, of the people of Noah and Ad and Thamud, and those after them. None knows them but Allah. Their messengers came to them with clear arguments, but they thrust their hands into their mouths and said, We deny that which you are sent, and surely we are in a serious doubt as to that to who you invite us. Their messengers said, Is there doubt but about Allah, the maker of the heavens and the earth? He invites you to forgive you your faults and to respite you till an appointed term. They said, You are nothing but mortals like us. You wish to turn away from that which our fathers used to worship, so bring us clear authority. Their messengers said to them, "We are nothing but mortals like yourselves, but Allah bestows his favor on whom he pleases of his servants, and it is not for us to bring you an authority except by Allah's permission, and on Allah let the believers rely." And why should we not rely on Allah? And he has indeed guided us in our ways, and we would certainly bear with patience of your persecution of us, and on Allah should the reliant rely. And those who disbelieved said to their messengers, "We will certainly drive you out of our land unless you come back into our religion." So their Lord revealed them, "We shall certainly destroy the wrongdoers, and we shall certainly settle you in the land after them. This is for him who fears standing in my presence and fears my threat." And they sought judgment, and every insolent oppressor was disappointed. Hell is before him, and he is given the drink of boiling water. He drinks it little by little and is not able to swallow it, and death comes to him for every quarter, yet he dies not. And before him is vehement chastisement. The parable of those who believe in their Lord, their works are as ashes on the wind, blows hard on a stormy day. They have no power over aught they have earned. That is straying far away. Seest thou not that Allah created the heavens and the earth with truth? If he pleases, he will take you away and bring new creation, and that is not difficult for Allah. And they will all come forth to Allah, and then the weak will say to those who are proud, "When we were your followers, can you trust them? Can you then avert from us aught of the chastisement of Allah?" They will say, "If Allah has guided us, we would have guided you. It is the same to us whether we bear patiently. There is no escape for us. Truth is confirmed." As the devil will say, when the matter is decided, "Surely Allah promised you a promise of truth, and I promised you, then failed you. And I had no authority over you except that I called you and you obeyed me. So blame me not, but blame yourselves. I cannot come to your help, nor can you come to my help. I deny your associating with Allah before. Surely for the unjust is a painful chastisement, and those who believe and do good are made to enter gardens wherein flow rivers, abiding therein by their Lord's permission. Their greeting therein is peace. Seest thou not how Allah sets forth the parable of a good word is a good tree, whose root is firm and whose branches are high, yielding its fruit in every season by the permission of its Lord. And Allah sets forth parables for men that they may be mindful. And the parable of an evil word is as an evil tree pulled up from the earth's surface. It has no stability. And Allah confirms those who believe with the sure word in its word's life and in the hereafter, and Allah leaves the wrongdoers in error. And Allah does what he pleases. Man's unjust on rejecting truth. Seest thou not those who change Allah's favor for disbelief and make their people to alight in the abode of perdition? Hell, they will burn in it, and an evil place it is to settle in. And they set up equals with Allah to lead astray from his path. Say, enjoy yourselves, for surely your returns is to the fire. Tell my servants who believe to keep up prayer and spend out of what we have given them, secretly and openly, before the coming of the day in which there is no bartering, no befriending. Allah is he who created the heavens and the earth and sent down water from the clouds, then brought forth with its fruits and sustenance for you. And he has made the ships subservient to you to run their course in the sea by his command, and he has made the rivers subservient to you. And he has made subservient to you the sun and the moon, pursuing their courses, and he has made subservient to you the night and the day. And he gives you all you ask of him. And if you count Allah's favors, you will not be able to number them. Surely man is very unjust and very ungrateful. Abraham's prayer. And when Abraham said, "My Lord, make this city secure, and save me and my sons from worshiping idols. My Lord, surely they have led many men astray. So whoever follows me, he is surely of me, and whoever disobeys me, thou surely art forgiving, merciful. Our Lord, I have settled a part of my offspring in a valley of unproductive fruit near the sacred house. Our Lord, that they may keep up prayer, so that the hearts of some people yearn towards them, and provide them with fruits. Happily they may be grateful. Our Lord, surely thou knowest what we hide and what we proclaim, and nothing is hidden from Allah, either in the earth or in the heaven. Praise be to Allah, who has given me in old age Ishmael and Isaac. Surely my Lord is the hearer of prayer. My Lord, make me keep up prayer and form my offspring too. Our Lord, and accept my prayer. Our Lord, grant me permission. Our Lord, grant me protection, and my parents and the believers on the day when the reckoning comes to pass. And think not Allah to be heedless of what the unjust do. He only despises them to a day when his eyes will stare in terror, hastening forward their heads, upraise their gaze, not returning to them, and their hearts vacant, and warn people of the day when the chastisement will come to them. Then the wrongdoers will say, Our Lord, respite us to a near term. We will respond to thy call and follow the messengers. Did you not swear before that there will be no passing away for you? And you dwell in the abodes of those who wronged themselves, and it is clear to you how we dealt with them, and we made them examples for you. And they have indeed planned their plan, and their plan is with Allah, though their plan is such that the mountain should be moved thereby. So think not that Allah will fail in his promise to his messengers. Surely Allah is mighty, the Lord of the retribution. On the day when the earth will be changed into a different earth, and the heavens as well, and they will come forth to Allah, the One, the Supreme, and thou wouldst see the guilty on that day linked together in the chains, their shirts made of pitch and fire covering their faces, that Allah will repay each soul what it has earned. Surely Allah is swift in reckoning. This is a message for the people, and that they may be warned thereby, and that they may know that he is one God, and that men of understanding may mind.